everyone.
Good.
Hope you're well.
Good evening.
Hope this finds you. Yeah.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Or good afternoon.
We've got to work on our goddamn intros.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, wait, let's
2,
start.
3, 4. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da. Welcome to the Grand Slam Live.
We are your hosts, Edgar, Robin, and Will.
And Regis Philbin.
We're here, Regis, and this is Regis.
Hello, I'm Regis Philbin. I sound like many other people.
I'm Regis Philbin. Who wants to be a millionaire? Remember that show? I was a part of that show. Now I'm dead. All right.
I don't know. He's not dead. Is he dead?
Yes, he died.
Oh,
he died this year.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Regis. I don't know.
See, like, Will is silent because of how fucked up my joke was.
Yeah, that shit was dark.
And ladies and gentlemen, the Crunch Demon.
Crunch Demon.
I'm gonna leave.
Oh, okay.
I was just stopping by, and that joke was fucked up.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, Crunch Demon.
Bye.
Yeah. Robin,
So-
even the Crunch Demon thought your joke was fucked. And that guy's terrible.
All right. Well, before
But yes,
we get
hello,
started,
before what, Robin?
before we get started, I want to talk about what I'm eating right now. Start that intro of whatever that food thing we came up with for me.
Okay. Ready and go.
It's starting. It's going. It's going. And then this is where it ends because magic of editing. So
You know what, Edgar? Edgar, to be honest, just let his ass talk through the entire song and and make the song run. Make the song run. And have me explain it after the fact. You know, you can cut and paste wherever the fuck you want. I'm sorry, you can cut and paste wherever the you want. And you know what? It's fine.
You know what?
It's fine.
I will just keep this whole audio and I'll just use it as the part of the intro, you know?
Yeah,
Maybe I want to.
that's good. Our little dog and pony show. I think that's exactly what we should do. By the way, Robin, tell us about your sandwich now, okay?
So Whataburger has a new burger called the Bacon Barbecue Burger.
Oh.
It's a double patty cheeseburger with smoked cheddar and Monterey Jack cheese. Has 6 strips of bacon, chopped onions, pickles, and barbecue sauce. And it tastes pretty goddamn good.
It tastes like. Excuse me. And
Well, I don't excuse you, sir. What you have
barbe-
shown us in your belch in this podcast is unimaginable. It's horrible. It
is quite horrid.
It was strangely sexually appealing. I don't know what to do.
Oh, Maurice, don't do quite tell.
Oh, Maurice. Oh.
The barbecue sauce tastes kind of. It's ketchup based, kind of tastes vinegary a little bit.
I agree.
It's not, but it's not too. It's more of a ketchup based sauce. It tastes like, which is quite Texan for barbecue sauce standards of Texas barbecue sauce.
Okay, well, don't say it like that.
Well, I don't know how else this. I mean, like, there's different barbecue sauces.
Yeah, but like the way you said it, it's like, which is quite Texan for what Texas does for barbecue. And it's like, excuse me, there's, we do barbecue. We do that thing. Everybody want to do that thing. Called
favorite type
second
of-
line. Anyway, we do barbecue well. So suck it, Oklahoma. Just kidding. We love Oklahoma.
My favorite type of barbecue
but do
is
we?
when my favorite type of barbecue is when it's so good that it does not need sauce.
Yeah, but you
Like-
know what? Oh my God, are we gonna have this goddamn conversation again? Yes, obviously, it's good. Yeah, we've had it before. It's good if you don't need the sauce on your barbecue. Obviously, that's the best situation. But the sauce is there to make the barbecue not only shine but sing.
It adds and I agree. It adds more flavor to what already tastes really good.
I like my
depending-
meat to be wet. I
Oh.
said it.
Well,
I
it
like
al- it
wet
also-
meat.
It
I
also
like a
kind of
sauce.
depends. It also depends on what barbecue sauce you're using. Like
Yeah, obviously. You
so,
know,
I like Sweet Baby Ray's, but that's at home barbecue sauce. That's just it's just something quick. There you go. But really quick before we move, one more thing with the food segment. I want to, because we briefly talked about barbecue. What is your guys' favorite barbecue places that you've been to? Like, just give me one. Like, what's the best one that you've been to? If you can remember.
I guess I've never been to so many restaurants that are like barbecue related because usually we do barbecue here at home. But I mean,
okay, so Edgar's answer is grandma.
Yes.
Just grandma cooking. The restaurant of grandma and grandpa
grandma,
and Theo and
grandpa,
Dia.
my dad, and all those. We all make the barbecue. Get the nice grill. Usually we do them for cookout, so it's always like whenever there's cookout, you know there's gonna be like food,
Mm-hmm.
barbecue food.
Oh, well.
All right. In terms of meat, in terms of the barbecue meat, Salt Lick in Driftwood.
Yes, that's a good one.
Now, in terms of sauce, controversial statement. I hope we're ready.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I'm about to have a hot take. Yeah, the Salt Lick's barbecue sauce is kind of bullshit.
It's not the best. I will
It's
say.
not the best. It's just their meat game. Whoo! It's tippity top of the list. Their sauce game is bullshit. Because look, maybe it's just not the sauce for me. Maybe it's a great sauce for other people. But for me, it's not for me. It's just not my sauce.
For me,
And it's too thin. It's too thin of a sauce. I like my sauce to have a little bit of thickness to it.
when I went to Salt Lake the first time, and I went to the one in Driftwood, the original place.
Yeah.
When I went there, the first time I went there was when I had really good barbecue, and that blew my mind. Even the sauce, I really loved the sauce, but that was then. And then I grew and I started trying other barbecue places, and I just found better sauces. But for me, it's kind of a tie between Salt Lake and this other place in Austin called Terry Black's.
The Black family. Yes. Terry, see, you gotta go to Black's Barbecue, as I have been, to Black's Barbecue in Lockhart, Texas. Shout out to Lockhart, barbecue capital of the goddamn world.
I want to go try the original place, but the closest one we went to was the Terry Black's one, because it was me, Will, and Jackson. We were up in Austin visiting some friends, and they took us to Terry Black's. And that fucking blew my mind in terms of barbecue. That was probably one of the best barbecue places I've ever had. But I also really loved Salt Lick too. It was kind of hard to beat Salt Lick, but I loved Terry Black's because you could get.
I just want to say one thing about the Black. See, here's a little bit of history for everybody.
Oh,
the Blacks, the Black family. They're from Lockhart. They had Black's Barbecue. okay, there was some kind of I don't know if there was a family feud or something, or maybe just the brothers all wanted to like branch out and have another location. So there's Terry Blacks in Austin, and there's Kent Blacks in San Marcos. They're all doing the family recipe, and their barbecue sauce game is on point. Take a note, uh, Salt Lick. All right, go on, Robin.
What they have there, Edgar, is because I Will knows what I'm talking about. They have these. They have the beef rib, the Dino beef rib, where it's just one giant one giant rib with just a bunch of like is covered in meat, and it does fall off the bone, but it's so juicy too. Just that rib meat, and
how much did you pay for that Dino rib?
Oh, I can't remember. I want to say it was like at least because you pick your meat, you pick your sides first. How it works? You pick your sides, and then you would pick your drink and then your meat.
I posted a picture of it in the general chat of our Discord, which, by the way, you should join the Discord.
Yeah, join the
if
Discord.
You're watching this.
Damn.
Okay. Yeah, it is fucking thick and juicy as hell, and the crust of it is fucking amazing. Damn. And I want to say it was like a $15 plate. I can't remember. It has been a while since I've been there, and I want to go back again because it's just that good.
Damn.
But yeah, that's probably one of my favorite barbecue places. That and Salt Lake, they're tied for first because they're both just really good.
Let me do one shout out for a barbecue place.
Yeah,
it's not the best. I'm not saying it's the best. I'm saying we can't forget our roots. We can't forget where we come from. Hey, shout out to Smollex in Mathis, Texas. Y'all are the bomb.com, best local barbecue. Mwah. Love you guys. Get yourself a slice of pie too.
Robin, I want before we're always saying before we end this, but it brought up to my mind. Robin, do you remember that place? I forgot the name of it, but I remember it was you and me recently. We went to this it wasn't that trailer.
Edgar. So, Will, do you remember CB's Barbecue?
Nope.
Okay, so CB's Barbecue was a barbecue place here in Kingsville, but then I guess the rent got too high for them, so then they had to close down the doors. And apparently, CB's Barbecue used to be like one of the best barbecue places in Texas. Like it was on like lists and everything. It was great, one of the greatest. And they recently came back being a truck vendor, and they even have like an outside smoking pit that they take with them. So me and Edgar, when he came back to school, we decided we were hanging out. We said, let's go get lunch. I mean, we were looking around and we just saw that on the side of the road, and then we got ourselves. I forgot what you got. I got myself a pulled pork sandwich.
I think you got the smaller one. I got the bigger one. I remember that. I think. Yeah,
I got the pulled pork sandwich. With that at first. No. I got the brisket sandwich. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I had a brisket sandwich, and like at first when I bit into it and you start eating, it's like it seems it tastes a little bland, but then its aftertaste hits you, and it had like a great sweet aftertaste and a great smoky aftertaste too, and then you really start to taste the meat, and it's like, oh, this actually tastes really fucking good. And I don't know how they did it, but they were able to make the crust of the bun like snap as if you're biting into a sausage link, and it just was so damn good.
Just thinking about
like,
it,
at least
go back and get some of
it. When it comes to local barbecue places, that is here in Kingsville is one of the best barbecue places I've ever eaten at, and that's a food truck now.
I was surprised. I was surprised, but at the same time, I was really glad that we just ended up going to that place that one day.
Yeah, because we were thinking of like going to Whataburger or something, and then we saw that, like, let's try that.
Yeah,
let's go try that.
Let's go to this.
It was the best decision we've made.
Oh yeah, I was like, Robin, like, you tried it first, and then I was like, oh, let me save it. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, damn. I was like, my taste buds were like, oh shit, that's good.
That's some good shit.
That's some
All right.
But
So that ends the food segment.
food segment. But
Yeah.
I forgot to ask you guys these, because this is before. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Grand Slam. We didn't really fully introduce it, but I am here. I wanted to ask you, Will, and Robin, my two lovely hosts. This is after Christmas, and I just wanted to know, how was your guys' Christmas?
Well,
It was fine. I mean, it is what it is.
yeah.
Like, apparently, Robin couldn't say anything. It sounded like he was going to say something, and then apparently he just, I don't know, started eating more food.
I popped food in my mouth.
I figured, so I jumped in. Mine was fine. It was a pandemic Christmas, so, the whole family didn't get together, blah, 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 but we made it what it was. I had a fine time. It was good. Had food, ham. I like ham.
Ooh.
Perfectly fine time. But, it wasn't the most festive, but it wasn't, like, unfestive. It wasn't, it wasn't like, oh, it's just another Tuesday, or whenever Christmas was. I don't remember. It's been 5 days. I don't remember where. Help me. Anyway, time stands still sometimes. Anyway. But Christmas was good. I enjoyed it. Robin?
Well, mine was pretty good for what it was. I mean, we were just here at the house. Woke up a little earlier than usual. I think I woke up at like 8 or 9. And me and my mom, we opened our gifts, and then around later that day, me and Stefan opened our stockings through Discord because Mom wanted to see both of us open it. Open our stockings.
I mean, when you open your stockings and there's a 38 in there, and you just go, what? And she goes, now your fingerprints are on it, and you go, what? I of course am very serious.
Later that day, we had a family Zoom call for Christmas, and so it was like us. It was us two, Stefan, my grandma, my cousins my cousins on the West Coast, as well as my cousins on the East Coast.
I really wanted you to say my cousin Vinny.
My cousin Vinny.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, these two Utes. All right.
God, I need to watch that movie again. It was my cousin Vinny was one of those movies that would show up on Comedy Central, and I'd watch I'm like, no, I want to sit down and watch this, and then I'd only watch I think the first 45 minutes, and then there was something else that I had to do that day that came up at that time. Like, oh, okay, well, I'll watch this later, but I need to watch it again.
I don't know what the fuck's happening.
I don't know either.
Oh god, he's having a moment.
Maybe
Somebody get the syringe and the jacket.
Maybe if we stand still, he'll go away.
Oh, he's like a dinosaur.
No, yeah, like a T-Rex, exactly.
Oh, he's like one of those. It's like one of those
Big
ass lizards.
Big ass
lizards from Craigifer Jones is not so safe. Big ass lizard was wrong.
Yeah.
Don't move, Robin.
What are you guys doing?
Don't.
I got back my Panda Express food.
Oh god, he's coming right at us and he's hungry. Robin, run! Ah! Robin! And then I kicked Robin in the shin really, really hard. I don't have to outrun the dinosaur, I just gotta outrun you, motherfucker! I'm sorry. What I meant to say was, mother. Oh!
God damn it.
But yeah, now I got my food.
This has been...
I'm sure you eating during recording is going to make for great audio.
The
Robin?
Grand Slam podcast is not brought to you by Panda Express. Panda Express, we're like Chinese food.
And now we go to a spokesperson from Panda Express. Here at Panda Express, we like to bring you it's food technically, and we like to have it in boxes so that you'll have something to shit in on your way home. Panda Express.
Just ask our kindly regular customers.
What?
that's part of the ad. He's just ask about our many customers.
Okay, apparently everybody, this is just the we're gonna be eating episode of our podcast. Let me just grab my caramel corn. So anyway, what did you guys think about the movies?
Well,
yes,
I liked only one of them.
One of them. Let's start with one of them.
Yeah.
And then we can talk about the other. So, which one we're going to talk about first?
Well,
Should we go from bad to good or good to bad?
we'll go from good to bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the good movie, Bloodbee, right?
Damn it.
Just kidding.
I'll leave. I'll just fucking leave.
So we saw. So of course, this is a double feature, ladies and gentlemen, and we saw two movies, both similar, and by similar,
What the fuck?
both are Christmas movies. And the first one we saw,
God.
or the first one we're going to talk about, it's it's a Christmas classic. It's a Wonderful Life, which was made in the 1946.
In the 1946.
Directed by Frank Capra, and it stars a man named George Bailey, who stars by James Stewart. And it's about his life, and and then stuff happens to him during the course of his life, which brings him to the point of wanting to kill himself on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. And
It's a real upper.
Yeah.
The whole movie.
The whole movie.
It's really inspiring.
But what did you guys think of the
That's
movie?
just swell.
What did you
I
guys
thought it
think?
was swell.
Oh,
It was a great movie.
I'm Jimmy Stewart.
I'm Jimmy Stewart, and I'm
Jimmy Stewart.
no,
I'm Jimmy Stewart.
No, I'm Jimmy Stewart. Both of you are just fakies. You guys don't know anything.
I'm Jimmy Stewart, and I was in that movie.
Oh,
I'm Jimmy Stewart. I was in the Air Force. I became a
I'm
lieutenant general.
Jimmy Stewart.
I'm Jimmy
I was
Stewart.
in the Air Force.
I'm Jimmy Stewart, and I was in a movie about someone wanting to kill themselves on Christmas Eve.
I'm Jimmy Stewart, and I won an Oscar for Best Actor for the movie Philadelphia Story.
I'm Jimmy Stewart, and I approve this message.
Okay.
I'm Jimmy Stewart. I fucked Marilyn Monroe allegedly. That's a joke. He probably didn't. He had a wife, I assume.
If he did, lucky bastard. But it's anyway. So It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
Is
It's
oh god, I love this movie, like as a Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my favorite ones. I just recently, my first time watching it was last Christmas.
Oh.
So it was great to watch it a second time, and it's just a good movie. Like, if you were to find it on Amazon, it's on Amazon right now. There are two different versions. There's the colored one, and then there's the black and white one. We watched the black and white one. I mean, the only difference between the two is that one is colored, the other one's not. So it's just, but it's better to watch the black and white one
100 times.
Because it just feels right to watch it that way, at least for this older movie.
Well,
But
fun fact, this was my first time watching the movie. I've always heard.
oh,
I've always seen parodies of it. I've always heard about it, but I've never fully saw the movie from beginning to end, or even seen the movie in general. And so going into the movie, I was like, okay, let me go watch this. Hopefully, it's better than what the movie we saw last time, which was whatever the other one was called. But going into this one,
White Christmas.
yeah, White Christmas. There you go, White Christmas. But no pun intended. It was a wonderful movie. Actually, I really liked this. It was a nice. It subverted my expectations. I didn't have any expectations with this, but I was pleasantly surprised that I was like, this is a really nice movie. I really like this. The character of George Bailey, he's a really charming man. I really like his heart. He's got heart.
All right, Will, what do you think? Brief thing.
I liked
Get
it.
into it.
It was enjoyable. Fun little thing. When this movie came out, the FBI thought that it was communist propaganda, and HUAC, the House of Un-American Activities Committee, eventually refused to take action and allowed the movie to keep playing because they didn't think it was. The reason why the FBI, as led by Herbert Hoover, because the main protagonist, Jimmy Stewart, although it's not Jimmy Stewart, it's Bailey. Anyway, Bernard Balrog, whatever his name is. What's his name?
The character George Bailey.
I was right. Bailey,
Yeah.
like, stands up to the mean, terrible, nasty banker. And it's like, oh, it's anti-banking, and it's communist propaganda.
Jesus Christ! God damn it! Honestly, when you say that out loud, like about what happened, it's like, yeah, that would have fucking happened. God damn it!
Damn.
Was
this your first time watching it, Will, or have you seen it like before?
Yep.
Oh, really?
First time seeing it.
Oh wow. Well,
Robin, you saw it last year.
yeah. Because
Wow!
What?
Don't you wow me.
What do you mean?
What?
I thought you've seen it before. That's why I was surprised.
Nope.
Okay, well, I didn't know that. Well, what?
Robin trying to be all tough and shit. Don't you backsass me, boy?
But
God damn it!
But in the movie, I was like, hey, this is a. Excuse me. At first, it was like for a good hour, because the movie's like it's 2 hours long, and it starts off like at first I was like, is this really a Christmas movie? But it's like the whole hour is just giving character to George Bailey, and just to be like, why are we gonna save this guy? Like, what's the point of it? And then like the other half, the other hour, the rest of it, it was on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, and that's where you see like, oh, the shit's going down, and he ends up wanting to kill himself, but he ends up getting saved by his guardian angel.
His
Named Clarence.
who's been alive for a very no, he's been around for a very, very long time.
Like 200 some odd years.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah,
250 some years old.
They go to a bar. I'd like a flaming punch. No, that's not it. Mulled wine.
Can I But George Bailey's character, he starts off as your regular kid. He's a regular kid, just saves his little brother from falling on ice water, which causes him to lose hearing for a while in 1 year. And he does all these stuff that he doesn't realize until like towards the end of the film is when he realized like he had a huge impact on everyone in the town that he's.
So okay, I mean, let's start from the beginning of how the movie goes. So like we have it starts off with basically two galaxies who one is supposed, I guess, like one of them is supposed to represent God or something.
I guess, but he names.
I don't.
He says Joseph.
Yeah. So then, I guess maybe they're just. I guess they're just angels, and then they're sending in the one that they're sending in Clarence who doesn't have angels. Like they do. It's basically giving him a recap. All right. So Clarence, here's a recap of how fucked up George Bailey's life is going. So it starts off pretty good. Like kinda.
He's a regular. He saves his brother from like water, cold water.
And he fucks up his ear from saving his brother.
Yeah.
And then now he can't hear out of that ear anymore. And goes into, like, it cuts to the next scene where it's him as a kid going to work at the pharmacy, where he finds out.
It's like it was like a pharmacy mixed with like an ice cream shop.
Which I think that was really common back then. Because like ice cream shops and pharmacies were pretty much were conjoined in the same building, like as the same business. And the pharmacist is really drunk because his son died from. Did they say it was TB or was it from World War I? I can't remember.
I think it was one of those. Because I do remember him seeing that his son was like from a war, and it said like he tragically died.
I think so. Like, because I really can't remember if it was from a disease or not, but or if it was from the Great War, because we know it's not World War II because later on George Bailey's younger brother goes to war.
Yeah. Which causes. But that news that that Bailey finds, that's what causes the pharmacist to mix up the medicine with poison. He puts the poison in the pills, which he gets mixed up with, and he's about to give them to a kid, to like this family that eats it for a kid. But George Bailey stops him, but tries to stop him, and then the pharmacist slaps him multiple times. Like kapow, kapow, right in the kiss, kapow.
And what he doesn't realize was that he said, like, no, I didn't bring it because you gave them the wrong medicine. You gave them poison.
Oh yeah.
And that's what it turns out to, like. And then he's because he's already just like, it just feels so bad for him because he's just for the guy, because it's like he just he lost his brother, not his brother, his son from either from disease or from the war. I can't remember, but
that was like
he even feels more like shit when he realized that he fucked up. It's like, oh damn.
But that was one person out of the many that George Bailey doesn't realize until the end of who he has saved, or
him and well,
what?
Any thoughts?
No.
No thoughts so far? Okay.
But I know then later on it goes fast forward to George Bailey as a young adult. He's a teenager, or like
he's about to go travel the world because he's graduated high school.
I think it was
college.
High school. No, I think he never went to college.
No. So it's high school. So it is high school. Yes, George Bailey, who is supposed to be a graduated senior, played by Jimmy Stewart, who at the time was probably in his late 20s, early 30s, and he did not look like a teenager. But that's fine. You can do what you have to.
Yeah, it was for them to tell a story.
Mm-hmm. And he's about to go and travel the world because that's what he's always wanted to do. And
Is this
then
the
gets
scene where he has $2,000?
when he has $2,000. Oh, no. That was when the stock market crashed.
Yeah,
And
everybody was doing the run on the bank. But we'll get there. Go on.
we'll get there. Yeah. So he goes to the graduation party,
Yeah.
where he finally sees what's her name?
His wife,
Character
his future wife, Mary Hatch.
I'm Mary. Yeah.
Mary.
So they end up dancing together and they start talking. They start getting to know each other a little bit more since they're older.
Yeah.
And then he ends up walking her home.
After they fell into a pool because someone had the key and he
was jealous.
He was very jealous of Mr. Bailey, and so he puts the key and he opens that. I think it was a gym into a pool.
I mean, I would be jealous too. Damn. I mean, the actress who played her at the time, Donna Reed, just looked at the time, just wow. But
and then all of a sudden, the movie turns into My Fair Lady, and Jimmy Stewart's just singing, "I have often walked down this street before."
They start singing that song with each other, and then
they're all
one of my
like soaked wet, but different clothes, and she's wearing a robe.
Then they did this. They did one of my favorite scenes in film that I always do a lot, especially with. I always do this a lot with, and it's the scene where it was where he says like, "Well, what do you want, Mary? What do you want, the moon? Well, how about I take a lasso and pull it around and bring it down to you? Say that's a swell idea. I'll give you the moon, Mary." Which I don't know why. Like that part, I always just really like because it's just so romantic. It's really nice.
Hey, you want me to give you the moon? That would fuck up the entire tidal system. But, there would be mass flooding. But you want the moon, Mary? Fuck the moon.
I'll make a giant crater in the earth because I'm trying to bring the moon down here.
Good for you,
You ever seen Bruce Almighty? It's terrible.
I have never seen that movie.
Well, you oughta. Jimothy Carey in it, he's amazing.
Too bad
that Jimbo Carey.
Too bad it doesn't come out for another 6 decades, but...
I'm Jimmy Stewart, I got an early taping.
I know the future. I'm from the future, Mary.
Have you ever had Hey, Mary, have you ever heard of video games?
Hey, Mary.
You want a PS5, Mary? Mary, you want a PS5? Well, just throw a lasso around one and bring it back from the future.
Out of nowhere, just like, hey, Mary, have you ever heard of a vasectomy? Oh, my God. Oh, Mary, you ever heard of a vasectomy? I hear that it's pretty all the rage. A couple years from now. Mary, where are you going? Why are you running?
Mary, have you ever heard of a Big Mac?
Of a Big Mac?
It's a kind of a hot sandwich.
A very hot sandwich.
Hey, Mary, have you ever heard of Reaganomics? Sounds pretty neat.
Mary, have you ever heard of a McRib? A McRib, Mary. They're beautiful.
They only release it limited, Mary. It's limited.
Onions and pickles, Mary. Mary,
why are you running? Come back. Mary.
Come back here. I have often walked down this street before. Mary. But always my fear. One said, Mary, moon, hearing stories. You want the moon?
So as Mary, as as Jimmy Stewart chases down Mary, talking about the Big Mac and the McRib. Apparently, one of the partners at the shop at the insurance company. That's what they work at. It is
Yeah.
right.
They
Building
insurance
a
company.
loan.
Yeah. So they came to tell him that his dad is very sick,
Yeah.
and eventually the dad dies. I believe.
Yeah. His dad died of a stroke.
Yeah, and so it cuts to I think like a couple years, like I think like a year or two later, where it's him like finishing up his dad's business practices, and then he's about to go travel because his brother's about to come home from college.
Yeah.
It's 4 years later. His brother's coming home from college, so then he can run the business, and then he can go on his trip. And then it turns out that when he got back, he not only that it was a surprise to Jimmy Stewart, George Bailey. It's not a surprise to George Bailey that his brother got married, but also there was a surprise that his brother is getting a job that's not working in the insurance company, and that really basically pisses George Bailey off. So he starts moping around like, "Oh, what's all good of this? I'm never going to do what I want anyway. I'm Jimmy Stewart, and God,
The only thing I want, Mary, is a McRib. And I can't have that for another 50 years.
50 years.
McDonald's hasn't even been invented yet, Mary. What is McDonald's?
Who is Reagan?
What is it, Mary?
Who is Reagan, Mary?
He just starts shaking her. Mary!
Mary! Where's the
He
Grammys?
doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything. He just keeps saying Mary. Mary!
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 Mary, do you know the Hamburglar? Mary! What is the Hamburglar?
What's a grimace? What's a grimace, Mary? What is it? I don't understand.
It's like some purple gumdrop.
Because it's the 1940s, he just slaps her once, and she goes, "Oh, Jimmy, stop it, Mary! Grimace, what is it?
What is the Grammys? You know something about it, don't you, Mary?
Cue the director and like half the crew just running in to separate them. Be like, Jimmy, you gotta stop! You gotta stop! This is in the movie. It's in the movie, goddammit! Leave it in! And
So as they're
Mary!
so while
What the hell is a plastic crab? Mary!
so while George
What's the
Bailey
pizza, Mary?
George Bailey is in the house, and like he's in her house because he's just like, "Oh, I'm still pissed off because of the McRib, and you won't tell me about the Grimace."
Mary!
Mary.
And he ends up getting really pissed off, and then he ends up leaving because he knows that I'm never going to do anything I want with my life. Then somebody calls Mary because it was supposed to be like some kind of phone date or some shit that was set up by the mom.
Yeah.
And then he wants to talk to George Bailey because Mary said that George was there. So then she starts talking to him about some kind of business proposition about opening up some land for homes and reopening up a factory.
Yeah, which it made George Bailey really mad to the point he got so mad he started making out with Mary. They were like,
yes,
mwah, mwah, mwah.
that was the scene that they wanted that George said that Jimmy Stewart said to keep in, but they actually cut it. That was the part where he was shaking her and like slapping her about like, "Where's the Grimace, Mary?
Mary, where's my whiskey, Mary?"
And then they end up kissing. Then it cuts to them
Getting
married. Getting married, and he never figures out about the Grimace. And then
they go off.
This is the part, Will, where like he has $2,000 for the trip, the honeymoon that him and Mary are going to take.
Mary!
And then they find out that people are running into the bank because it's the Great Depression.
It's the Great Depression.
And so then that's when he starts giving up.
I really wish this was Ooh, not such a bad depression, but it's pretty great.
You Great Depression. And so everyone's at the bank. They're like, or over there where Bailey's job is, and they're all like, I need what's going on? What's happening? It's like stuff happening, Bailey. We need our money, Bailey. Bailey, where the money at? And then
I have $270 in here, and I want to get back every cent of it. And you're gonna get every cent of it because apparently that's how everybody talks.
Don't worry, darling. It's the Great Depression, but the bank's got the money. We'll go down and get it. Everything will be fine. I'm Jimmy Stewart.
Have you heard about the McRib people? It's fabulous. It's a fabulous sandwich. It's a pork rib sandwich with raw onions and pickles in it.
Jimmy, well, I gotta stop you right there. I need my money right now. Give it to me. Give me all my money. Give it. Jimmy!
Okay.
I need my money.
And then I think he comes up with like an idea for them to split to help him out. Like if you guys could take a loan of splitting the money of my $2,000 and helping me out, taking a little bit, and as long as they were able to keep money, and they were able to work something out where like they kept only $2 in the bank, and they were actually able to survive for the rest of the day.
yeah, because they used the $2,000 that they were going to use for the honeymoon, and then they eventually just use it to save the bank, to save the money.
My money! I need my money! My money! Hi, I'm the Crunch Demon.
Oh look,
And I need my money.
the Crunch
You
Demon
need
came
your
back.
money, Crunch Demon.
I was in the movie. I was the guy in the movie that needed $241.38, and I wanted my money.
Did you get your money back?
Well, yeah. Did you get your money?
Oh, I got some of it, yeah.
Oh,
I got the rest later.
It's back.
Jimmy Stewart and Mary. Hey, what was going on?
Did Jimmy Stewart talk about the McRib? Is this true?
Incessantly.
Oh, okay.
Did he actually?
I want the McRib.
Is it true that he knew about Reagan even before he was born?
Well, Reagan was alive in the 40s. He was 2,000 years old, and we used to go clubbing baby seals.
Oh.
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 Oh no. Oh no. That's terrible. Why would you?
Go. Bye.
That is terrible. Why would he and Jimmy Stewart go clubbing baby seals?
I think it was Ronald Reagan, the Crunch Demon, and Jimmy Stewart used to go clubbing baby seals.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's goddamn awful, but it was the 40s, and I guess everything was fine. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
You know,
I mean, the Crunch Demon I get, but Ronald Reagan and Jimmy Stewart? I don't know.
Anyway, so
We better get back to the storyline because Crunch Demon's just crazy.
So Mary ends up buying the house, this dream house that back when they were on their first date, talked about getting this old hotel and turning it into their home. Mary bought the house, so then Jimmy went to that house and they had a whole romantic honeymoon at this old decrepit house that they were going to renovate.
it was the house that Mary always wanted. She's like, I've always wanted this house. She's like, that's what I wished on the moon. That's why I never told you. And they kept the house, and they grew, and they remodeled it over the years. And they
started. The brother goes to war. They make a bunch of money through the bank. They helped move in people to better houses because of that deal they made.
Yeah.
And then Christmas is about to come around the corner. Oh yeah, but they also have 3 kids.
Oh yeah.
Christmas is about to come around the corner. One of Jimmy Stewart's
It was 4 kids.
4 kids.
Yeah, because the other one was in her room sick.
Right. 4 kids.
Yeah.
So anyway, they're going to. They were going to put more give more money to this bank person,
Yeah.
or something like that, and
They were gonna deposit $8,000, but the stupid idiot who forgets everything and always has to tie something on his finger to remember, but always forgets it. He goes, takes the $8,000. He's all like, yeah,
he decides to fucking brag with the antagonist of the movie, who's a big wig rich banker. Who's trying to fuck everybody over in the town, including Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah.
And he accidentally takes the paper to show him, like, oh, this and that, and puts the money in the folds of the paper and accidentally gives it back to him. And he lost $8,000. I mean...
And this is 1940s thousands. This is like real money. Also, the banker... Hey, the banker just straight up steals the money.
Yeah, he never gives it back.
Never gives it back.
You know.
If it was me, if it was me, I wouldn't have given $8,000 to someone I know that would forget. I would.
It's classic Uncle Billy horseshit.
Classic Uncle Billy horseshit. You know, remember that one time he was supposed to bring the turkey over for Thanksgiving, and he not only did he forget the turkey, he forgot it was Thanksgiving. All right.
If anybody didn't get my reference is to a was a review by The Onion about It's a Wonderful Life, and the guy who's reviewing it goes on a full rant specifically on that moment that he loses the $8,000. And it's just like, you know why Uncle Billy didn't do that? Because he's an asshole. I'm sorry, he's an asshole. Okay, God, he is. I don't like him. I hate everything he is as a human being. This is so fucking funny.
But they lose $8,000, and they
he tries to go look for it, and he can't find it. He then tells Jimmy Stewart, "Hey, I lost all that money." And Jimmy's like, "What do you mean you lost all that money? That was all going to get a McRib. I needed that.
I needed that for the future. You know that,
Uncle Billy. I need to know what the grimace is. What is the grimace?"
If I don't beat you, I have to beat my wife.
Oh my God!
Because it's in the 40s.
If I don't get that McRib, I'm gonna die. I need the McRib.
I'm gonna die.
I'm addicted. I've tried substitute McRibs. I've tried pulled pork. I've eaten whole hams just smothered in barbecue sauce. I ate a man. I ate long pig. I traveled all the way to far-flung areas of the world where cannibalism is okay. And I need the McRib. I just can't. I can't live without it. I need the McRib.
All these meals.
Look, come on, man. I'm jonesing. Help me. I need the McRib. Help me. I'm Jimmy Stewart and I'm jonesing. Help me. Help.
Oh my God.
What's the grimace, Mary?
Mary. What's the grimace?
The McRib, Mary.
Who's the Hamburglar?
Mary, I'm dying.
So,
get this man some pulled pork stat. Mary, it's not a McRib. It won't help.
So George Bailey gets really depressed. He goes back home. He starts mouthing off to his kids, basically saying like, "Hey, stop playing that. What are you doing? Stop asking me all these stuff." And then starts getting mad at his wife for saying like, why do we buy this house and all that.
And he tells shit to the teacher that calls.
Yeah, he yells at the teacher, which is like, whoo! He's just like, you let my child walk home without a coat on. What do you think they are? You stupid woman! I ought to come over there and button your lip. I ought to Jack Johnson your face. And then she hangs up and starts crying, and her husband answers the phone. He's like, well, who are you? Well, yeah, I'd punch you right square in the kisser. I'm Jimmy Stewart, and you're a supporting actor.
I am a veteran.
I'm a veteran.
He walks off into the night. He goes to the bar, starts drinking. Then, coincidentally, the bartender's telling it is a good friend of George. He's like, don't worry, George. Everything's going to be fine. And then the guy next to him's like, wait, George? Are you George Bailey? Yeah, what's to you? Punches him in the face, and it turns out that's the husband.
He's like, my
wife, Mrs. Welch, was crying for an hour. I know I sound like Jimmy Stewart. It's 1947. Everyone sounds like Jimmy Stewart. The president sounds like Jimmy Stewart. I think we should attack South Korea. North Korea, Mr. President, North Korea. That's what I said.
So then...
that was a Harry S. Truman joke for anybody not understanding. Huh, does he know about the McRib? No, Jimmy. Nobody knows about the McRib. But I need it. I'll do terrible things for it. You want me to wash your car? I'll wash your car. You want me to do that thing you like with my tongue?
Now he sounded like Forrest Gump.
If the next words are out of your mouth are "go kill a man," I'll do it. I'll do it. Just give me the McRib. I'm Jimmy Stewart.
That's how Jimmy Stewart died, trying to find the McRib.
Jimmy Stewart walks off into the night drunk, and he's like, "I don't want to live anymore." And then he's about to jump off, but then his guardian angel jumps first, and that causes George Bailey to snap out of it and jump in to save Clarence, of who we find out is the guardian angel Clarence that jumped in. He starts talking to him about, like, I'm your guardian angel. I haven't earned my wings yet. And then George Bailey said, like, doesn't believe him, and then he says, like, oh yeah, I wish that I wasn't born though. That way none of this stuff would happen. And then Clarence granted the wish. And then you notice that from his scar from the punch that he just got is gone. The scar from his ear that doesn't hear anymore is gone because he was never born. So he goes back to the bar.
His driver's license is gone, so he can't even drive his car legally, which he doesn't have a car. But that means he has to walk to McDonald's to get the McRib.
He doesn't have insurance with him. Because that disappeared.
He doesn't have
no insurance.
No McRib.
He has no money. So
oh my god, guys. He could go to McDonald's. McDonald's was founded as a company in 1940.
Oh my god.
Now he would have had to go all the way to San Bernardino, California, but it's possible.
It's all coming together.
When did the McRib when
was the McRib made?
McRib Wiki. The McRib is a barbecued flavored pork sandwich. 1981. You can wait it out, Jimmy. Jimmy, oh my god, it's another Reagan reference. Oh my god, if you can wait till Reagan, you can get the McRib.
God damn it.
Oh my god. When did he died on 1997, so he could have had a McRib.
I've waited to die so I could have McRibs. And now that I have McRibs, I want to live. I want to live, Mary. I want to live. Mary,
Oh god.
Mary, I want to live. I want to live.
So George Bailey goes to the bar and realizes that nobody recognizes him, and he starts to realize that shit is fucking crazy as fuck.
Yeah, the whole town turns into a casino / nightclub town.
Nope, that's Back to the Future Part 2. But it's like that because the whole town turns into bar after bar after bar, and the banker basically owns the town. It's even called Potterville, which is the last name of the and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, we pay money to Potter," and he runs the town, and there's just bars, and nobody owns any of the businesses that they used to.
Yeah.
Even his friend Martini, who's like an Italian immigrant, but like got his own business, and he doesn't even work there anymore. And
he got ran out of town, probably.
Yeah, because of the war. Mary, the rib witch. We don't get it if if this Italian man owns this bar, Mary, we don't get the McRib. What? I don't know. It's called the butterfly effect, Mary. Anyway, now we have to be anti-immigrant. Like, what the fuck, Jimmy? The McRib. The McRib.
That's another thing, is that because he wasn't born, his brother died from hypothermia, and from the very beginning of the film, because his older brother wasn't there to save him.
That means his younger brother wasn't there to save the people in the war.
In the war, he was given the Congressional Medal of Honor while he was at the war, or for his bravery during the war. And so that didn't happen. He tries to go talk to his mom, who's apparently the owner of a halfway house in Potterville, which I'm just like, oh shit, okay. And the mom doesn't recognize him at all, and that's now he's really starting to believe, like, oh shit, this shit's fucked up. Where the hell am I? And tries to go find. He asks Clarence where the hell is Mary? Please tell me where Mary is. And he runs over to where Mary is, and apparently she became a quiet librarian.
A librarian.
And apparently wears glasses. I
is
guess.
Very scared of everything.
Of everything. What doesn't help was that, like, it really freaked her out, because he just started going back into the normal ways, where he just starts grabbing him, like, Mary, where's the McRib, Mary? Where's the McRib?
Mary, I need the McRib. Mary, and she just yells, "Help me!" And everybody grabs him and goes, "Hey, buddy! The McRib isn't invented for another 35 years."
And then
no! What's the grimace?
What's the grimace? He starts running, yelling, What's the grimace? What's the grimace? And then his friend, one of his old friends, but in here they don't know him, his friend that is a cop, starts chasing after him to arrest him.
Yeah.
And then he gets back to the bridge where he's about to jump and kill him, where he was about to kill himself. He starts saying that, like, I changed my mind. I want to be born. I want all this and all that. I want to be alive to know about the McRib. And then
I want to be alive. I want to see Mary. I want to meet Grimace. I want to meet the Hamburglar. Help me.
Most importantly, I want that McRib.
Please, Clarence.
I want to be able.
What about your kids and your friends, Jimmy? Fuck them. I want the McRib.
I want the McRib. I want to be able to go to Iceland with Reagan and the Crunchmont demon and club some baby seals. I want to be able to do those things.
I want to live, Clarence. I want the McRib. And then Clarence, who suddenly turned into
Go on, finish.
Jesus Christ.
I think Will malfunctioned.
He turns into Peter Lorre. He just goes, well, I'm very sorry, but I can't help you. You should jump off the bridge. And he goes, well, I want to live. I want the McRib. No, I'm sorry. I can't help you. I don't have my fucking wings. He go, well, what if I just rang a lot of bells? Could you get wings then? Maybe it's a loophole in the system. Let me just ring the bell a lot. Oh shit! I'm not getting my wings. Just ringing a bell. Just ding, 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 ding. Come on, the loophole. McRibs.
Like, I wonder which angels are getting their wings. It cuts to the guy that before he becomes the angel of death, he's just standing there, and like he gets his wings, and all of a sudden you see him rising, and then the image starts to deep fry, and you see his eyes glow, and then it cuts back to black and white to Jimmy Stewart, and it's like, that was weird. And then the cop shows up. It's like, hey, I almost said Jimmy. George, what are you doing here? The wife is looking for you. Oh my God, my friend Cop Man. I don't remember your name, but it's good to see you.
My friend Cop Man. Actually, it's Copman. But that's my last name. It's Copman. That's my last name. I don't know why you said Copman.
You should know this, George.
We went to school together. Yeah, we were on the wrestling team.
Never mind
It
that.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your wife is looking for you.
Jimmy, we used to get really gay together. Do you not understand? Do you not remember? It was the 30s and everything was different.
Everything was different. And then he's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your wife is looking for you. She called me about you yelling about a grimace. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. But she's looking for you.
You kept saying
I know.
Whoa.
And he goes, I'm gonna have to go get my car. And then he runs off. That's Jimmy Stewart when he's not talking. He kind of sounds like a drowning turkey. Anyway.
He runs downtown. He's like, Merry Christmas, Emporium, Merry Christmas Bank, Merry Christmas Mr. Potter, Merry Christmas Whorehouse. Wait, that wasn't there before. Oh, fuck.
That wasn't there before. And Clarence just goes, well, I altered a few things. Peter Lorre? Yes, I altered a few things.
So he runs back to the house. He starts trying to look for Mary and his kids, and he hugs them.
And those bank guys are there in his house, and he's like, "Oh, you came here to arrest me? Oh, that's just wonderful! Merry Christmas, everybody! Kids, I'm getting arrested! Merry Christmas, everyone!"
Yay, fraud!
And then he whispers into Mary's ear. He just goes, Merry Christmas! It's wonderful! Mary! There's a shotgun in the back closet. Go get it and kill these motherfuckers. Oh, I'm so happy! Merry Christmas, everyone! Merry Christmas! The ammunition's right next to it. Load it.
Yeah, it's like, they will never figure out the grimace, Mary. Merry Christmas, everybody! And he's
like, Merry Christmas, Mary! You can never tell him that Reagan's gonna win. Merry Christmas, Mary! Reagan must win.
Reagan? You mean the actor?
God damn it. Oh, yeah, because he was doing movies in the 40s. Or was it later in the 50s? He was alive in the 40s. Anyway,
Reagan, if you're watching this, Reagan, tell us in the comments below.
He's dead. He's dead.
Shut up, Robin. Reagan, if you're watching this, tell us in the comments below. In the comments below, Reagan. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
That's right.
Reagan was born in 1911.
That's right. Faye Reagan put in the comments. Only few people will get that. Edgar gets that.
So everyone's like, Merry Christmas, everybody. And then
the whole town shows up because they found out that he doesn't have the money to pay off the thing. So then they all start pitching in, and he actually ends up getting enough. And then they were such in high spirits they started singing, Christmas music, Christmas songs, and even the bank teller comes in.
And then the one black woman who lives in this entire town shows up.
Yeah, well, she's the maid for Jimmy family.
Of course she is.
Yeah.
Because it's 1946, and of course the only black woman who lives in this entire fucking town. Oh, she's the maid. God damn it! God damn it, Jimmy Stewart.
It could have been the thing that was.
You know what? It could have been worse.
Yeah, she wasn't doing. She wasn't doing like what white people had a caricature of a black woman would be, and she seemed kind of normal of what it could be. The only difference was that she was the only black woman in that whole town, and she was the maid. And it's like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Anyway, they start giving him the money. Even the bank guys are coming in like, you know what? I'm gonna put in some money. Forget about this thing. Let's Merry Christmas. So they start singing. Then the brother shows up saying, I came all this way so I can give you just to see you. And then they do that, and then then they start singing, and it's about to be the end of the movie, and then you hear the bell ring, and then the daughter who's been sick says, "Look, Dad, teacher says that every time a bell rings, a gay man has sex with another gay man." and then George Bailey says, "We're going to take you out of that school."
By the way, this is the same teacher that he just accosted over the phone. Let me tell you something, you stupid. I'm gonna come down there and show you what for. George, you can't say that to the teacher. I'm Jimmy Stewart. She doesn't have a McRib. I'll do what I want.
I will say that every time I've seen that, what I just referenced, though, was from Family Guy. I've always seen that a lot more than I have seen the actual movie. And now, every time I watch the movie, and even though this is my second time, but the first time I watched it and this time I watched it, I could not help but laugh hysterically when that part came up because I start thinking of that joke. And I'm just like, God damn it.
Because she's
Family Guy fucked me up.
Because she's like, Daddy, every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. That's right, honey. That's right. That's very right. That's very.
And
right,
then he gets a book that has a thing written in it from Clarence saying, "Hey, thanks for the wings, Clarence." XOXOXO. and then
on the next page, I had a coupon for a McRib.
Yeah, because he knew.
And
Clarence knew.
And just a small tear fell down Bailey's eye.
And then that's the end of the movie.
That is the end of the movie, guys.
Of course, it's an abbreviated version as best as we could.
Yes.
But
The best we could. Let's start with Mr. Will. What is your overall thoughts and ratings of the movie?
I'm eating chips.
Oh,
Give me a minute.
Okay. What kind?
What kind of your goddamn business? That's what's kind.
Wait. Okay, well, let's just ask our Xenomorph what they would rate it. Xenomorph, what would you rate it? Whoa, Jesus, really? Well, the Xenomorph rated it a 1 out of 5 stars. What the fuck is wrong with you, Xenomorph? Oh, not enough Xenomorphs in the movie.
Okay,
that's why. Okay. Also, and apparently he has an opinion on. He does not like Jimmy Stewart. He finds him obnoxious and a racist bigot. To who though? I mean, to Xenomorphs. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so our Xenomorph gives it a 1 out of 5 stars.
Thank you, Xenomorph.
All right, bye. Okay, Will, what would you rate it, and what's your overall feelings of it?
Well, now that I'm done eating my chips, good movie, great movie. I really like the fact that it was considered communist propaganda. That's hilarious.
Especially if the lead is Republican.
Yeah.
Which Jimmy Stewart is. But anyway.
But you know,
It's a big left turn that he took it.
big old left turn. But I like it. I'm gonna give it a 4 stars.
4 stars.
And I'm gonna say that it's a great movie. And go ahead and watch it. And all of the jokes that we made about the McRib and you know these we made a lot of jokes, and some of them were off color and they weren't great, but it's based on it was the 40s and everything was different. But it's a good movie. It's got a pretty good message because, you know, anyway, it's good stuff. It's a Christmas movie. It's all good. I recommend it. Go out and watch it. And while you're doing it, you might want to have a McRib.
Yeah.
Limited time.
Indeed. I guess I'll go next. It was my first viewing, and it was a really good time. I overall really enjoyed the story of it. I liked the characters that were going through it. It was we went we did our own interpretation while we were talking about it. But like at the end of the day, it's a movie that I feel like I would actually rewatch this on Christmas again. Like I would put this on the TV and actually watch it. Unlike White Christmas, where I really wouldn't go back and rewatch it. But this one, I would go back on Christmas and be like, let's watch White Christmas. I'll put it on for someone who's never seen it or want to.
You want to watch White Christmas
again?
again?
Wait, no, not that one. My bad. It's A Wonderful Life. White Christmas, I don't give a shit. It's fine. I want to go back and watch that one. It's A Wonderful Life. If someone hasn't seen It's a Wonderful Life, then I'll put on A Wonderful Life for people and we'll all watch it and we'll have all the good time. I'd give the movie as well a 4 stars out of 5. It was a good time.
You could watch the color version, and it'll be fine. But just know that we will judge you.
I watched the color version because I knew y'all were gonna watch the black and white version. So I was like, well, I'm gonna watch the color version. When he gets popped in the jaw, his blood.
Bless you.
When he gets popped in the jaw, the blood that they have trickling down his chin is black because black shows up better on camera than red. So he's oozing McRib juice. And he goes, "What's a grimace, Mary?"
No. Oh, wait. Jimmy Stewart is secretly the grimace this whole time.
Oh my God, no.
We're
gonna have to pray. Somebody get Hulk Hogan in here so we can eat our vitamins and say our prayers and be little Hulkamaniacs. JK, Hulk Hogan, not a good guy.
No, he's not. But look. Now he's going in. Look what Xenomorph is doing now. He's doing his Hulk Hogan impression. Now he's going into full right now. Xenomorph is going into full Hulkamania right now. But once he's in that, nothing can hurt him.
and the Xenomorph just ate a dog. God damn it! Edit it out. Edit it out. God damn it! You're gonna have to blur the Xenomorph for the past few seconds, but you know it's fine.
Anyway, Robin, your overall thoughts and a rating on the movie, Robin?
Well, for a Christmas movie, I really love this movie. Me and Edgar were talking about this before the show, but we did notice that there were some editing issues, from what it sems. Some weird cuts happen, but as an overall movie, it's good, but it's not the best. But I really do like this movie as a Christmas movie. It's a Christmas classic, and watching it a second time, it was just fun to watch it. Excuse me. Sorry, I was having a burp. It kind of brings you... There were some moments where it did kind of bring me to tears in some moments. not full on bawling, but a tear dropping down the cheek kind of comes down a bit. Yeah, no, I really like this movie. I'd also give it a 4 out of 5. That's my rating for it. So
We're all even Stevens on this one. Speaking of Christmas masterpieces, we saw another we saw another movie on this episode, which was a movie none of us have ever seen. I heard it on Twitter, and I'm like, you know what? Let's watch this one if it's related to Christmas. I want to see what's it about. And this movie is called Blood Beats, which came out
it just screams of Christmas.
in 1983, directed by FAZ.
Oh, who gives a shit?
honestly, yeah, who really does? This guy only has 2 movies made.
Yeah.
It was this one and a French movie before, and none of the actors except for one of them ever did any more movies after this. The one guy who did more movies only did extra work.
Yeah. But don't you guys remember the famous actors Helen Benton, Terry Brown, Dana Day?
Okay, you don't have to insult these people, okay?
They're out there living their life now, trying to forget that they ever did this movie, and you saying their names, that they were in this movie, is a slap in the face to not just them, but to Jimmy Stewart and the Grimace. Yeah, that's right, Xenomorph. You tell him.
I'm sorry. Well, it's not my fault.
Anyway,
it's not my fault they had it on Prime and now it's on Blu-ray.
Alright,
blame them.
Edgar, you start us off because this movie is just so batshit bad that the opening is just so fucking boring, and it doesn't get quote unquote good until close to the latter half of the movie.
Okay, yeah, I could go on that. It doesn't get funny until towards the end where it gets really stupid, even though everything else is stupid. But it starts off with this guy. He's hunting. I don't know why, but he's hunting, and he's like.
Okay, well, Edgar. Generally, when you're hunting, you're looking to kill an animal so that you can use it for its flesh to eat, to consume, and skin it, possibly use it as some kind of a trophy, or perhaps you just have a murderous rage in you that needs to be satiated, and instead of turning on your neighbors, you go, you know what, I'm going to go kill a squirrel. Maybe that's the case. Leonard! Anyway.
But yeah, they're hunting.
I will say,
go on, Robert.
I will say though, I ended up finishing the movie. I did last night.
Mm-hmm.
But during the day, I tried to watch it. I could not bear to watch any more of it, and I stopped. And then I got on Discord with other people, including Will, and was telling Will about it. And Will was basically convinced me to hey, you need to watch it so you can finish it and we can review it. So then I did. I did that, Will. I finished it, and I hate myself for doing that because.
Yeah, hey Robin. I want to tell myself from the future, which is our current present, so from right now, to my past self, who told you to finish the movie, that they can go fuck themselves.
I told you!
Because I had to watch the movie, because past self told past you to watch the movie so that future us could review it, and future us, which is currently present us, fucking regrets that, because that made me have to watch the movie, and I hated it.
It was bad.
I hated it so much. Flames on the side of my head, breathing heavy, heaving breaths. That's a Clue reference if y'all didn't know.
But yeah, we had to cut real quick because we did some other stuff. But this movie, I can agree with you, Robin. This movie is so boring and so shitty that it destroyed Will's mic right over here. Isn't that right, my boy Mike? I mean, Will.
Yeah, okay. Apparently, my name is Mike now. Yeah, I had this movie is so bad I had to retreat into my tin can fortress.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a series of bunkers I have in an undisclosed location. And
That's why it sounds pretty muffled and sounds like a tin can.
Yeah,
so.
it's pretty bad, but I can speak louder if I need to. You boys will let me know.
Yeah.
But here in
Okay.
the tin can fortress, we understand that audio quality can be diminished by terrible movies.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have a whole pamphlet written on this. That and Is Your Dog Communist? We hope so. That's the name of the pamphlet.
But hey,
And we are going to distribute those across the entirety of this county.
But hey, Will, at least your audio, at least we could understand you. Unlike how this movie, its audio is really bad. It seems like they didn't understand the concept of a boom mic or anything, but they did. They thought that
There were times I could not fucking understand a single word they're saying.
Why
Like-
did they have they had violins playing in the entire movie?
they had,
Exactly. And like the mom would pretend it was like air playing a violin and or cello. It was like, what the fuck was that? And like no explanation for why she was doing that. She was just doing it.
well, there wasn't
This
even
movie was strange.
there wasn't even an explanation for the samurai, and even if there was,
yeah.
to the point like the points where
yeah,
there were
by
so
the way, everybody, in the end, there's a samurai.
yeah.
For some reason.
You see
This
samurai.
movie starts off with a hunting scene and ends with a goddamn samurai.
A hunting it was like hunting scene as well as family coming over for Christmas.
Yeah.
And then you put in a almost a rape scene between the girlfriend and the boyfriend.
Yeah.
And then
There's
It's just bad.
yeah.
There's scenes where I guess it's supposed to be the samurai, like first person view the samurai, but I guess he has really horrible eye vision because there's points where it's like green, red, his eye color changed like crazy, and it's like, oh my god, the editing on this is really bad.
It's like
Yeah.
there's all these long camera takes that take so goddamn long
Yeah.
that it's like, fucking kill them already. Why are you drawing this out?
Yeah.
Are you just trying to make it an hour?
Why are there? Okay, let me tell you exactly how I watched it, fellas. I watched this movie on my phone on the Amazon Prime movie app. Okay, and honestly, I was continuously hitting the skip ahead 10 seconds button. Continuously. I was just like, okay, they're walking. They're still walking. They're walking. Okay, they're hunting a deer. They're all just huddled together. Okay, the girlfriend's having a weird attack. It's weird. Skip ahead.
Mhm.
Skip ahead. She's still running. Skip ahead. And there's a dead guy. Okay. Let me skip back 10 seconds. Nope, he's just a dead guy. Nothing kills him. Nothing happens.
And
He's
you
just
never get
dead.
an explanation
Okay.
about how he died.
Yeah. And like the mom has migraines and like seizure fits, but it's somehow magic or supernatural or that's never really explained. You can't understand the samurai when the samurai shows up.
Oh, yeah, you
because
can't.
the effects are so bad. You cannot understand them. Also, at some point, it sounds like they stole sound effects from Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just stole that and they were like, hey, that's a good effect. Let's have the samurai do that effect. And it's like, why?
And then they
Is
just
the
got-
microphone in the mask? Why? There's no... And also, like,
every
it's everything is strange. There's so many violins, and they're out in the middle of nowhere. Also, there's a guy who's terrible to his. He's not even a main character. This guy who are there any main characters? This guy,
No.
this fat guy who's with his wife and like treats her terribly, and then she dies, and then he freaks out, and then he dies because he's being chased around in his robe, and like the samurai tries to kill him, and there's just a lot. There's no point to this movie.
There's no.
For the first half of the movie, I thought the deers were killing people. Like because there's all these deer that they're hunting, and I'm like, are the deer the killers? Like, are they killing people? And then like the mom's freaked out by one of the deer that's killed, and I'm like, oh, is she magic? Is she turning people into deer? And like she knew the person? What's happening? It has nothing to do with the deer. The deer are just there. They're not even a plot device, but they're like, let's go hunting deer. And it's like, why?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
And
why?
Even when they were about to explain what the whole shit was gonna be about, because she's like, I haven't seen this before. It's like when we were this close to finally trying to see what this was about. They add another classical music soundtrack on, because every song that's in this movie, they play it to the fullest. Like they play from beginning to end, just for no fucking reason.
Well, I'll tell you what the reason was. They couldn't afford a real soundtrack.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And they were like, hey, you know what's free? Classical music.
Fucking the O Fortuna. O Fortuna fucking like I was just like, what the fuck? Why are you using this song? I'm just like
so there's a so
made me laugh.
The certain simple parts, the certain things I want to point out. There is a scene where we do see the samurai armor before the final fight, where it's the girlfriend. She's already asleep in the bed.
I don't even know if we can call it a fight, though, Edgar. Can we call it a fight? They're just standing there with their hands out, and they're like going, ah!
We'll put fight with big quotation marks. But there's a scene where the girl, she's on the bed, and she sees this box in front of her, this chest. She opens it up, and she sees the samurai armor. And she picks up the sword and takes it out. The first thing she does is she puts her finger on the blade for a good while, and she's like, and then she realizes she's bleeding. And I'm like, why the fuck did you do that? And then she faints and she falls on the floor. And for the whole time, I always thought, I'm like, is the mom this evil samurai? Is she the evil samurai trying to kill people? And no, it's just the mother's just a fucking crackhead painting. And the boyfriend she's with is already tired of her shit. And everyone's just like in the room chilling while the mother's son, the girlfriend that he brought, is up there sleeping. And when shit's going down at the house, like everyone's like, they see people coming and dying, and that old man out of nowhere happens. Also, there's that point where that two couple that you were talking about with the dog and shit. At the same time that's happening, do you remember that scene where she's basically getting pleasure from herself?
Yeah. She was having an orgasm in the fucking bed when this was all happening.
Yeah, it was the weirdest shit. I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
This is so sad. Can we get 5 likes on this video, please?
It was just.
Oh God!
And to make it even worse, it's like after that shit happened, like, and then like other stuff's happening in the house, like the dad gets knocked out, and then they see like the dude that's dead in front of their fucking house. Like after that thing, everyone checks on themselves. Like, is everyone okay? They don't check on his girlfriend. The girlfriend's up there until like at the end, the boyfriend goes up there. He doesn't go up there to see like, hey, are you okay, babe? No, he goes fully nude in front of her and goes full at it at her. Without consent. He does the R word to her. And then she's like, she notices it and she goes with it because she's okay with it. And they do it like if nothing ever fucking happened in the fucking house.
It's fucking... Can we just rate the movie already?
And then at one point, the house it's like poltergeist. The house just starts
There's-
doing things
Yeah.
for no
It's like
reason.
shit starts shaking on the walls. Like it just seems like there's an earthquake happening.
Yeah, it's it's like what the fuck? I'm like, is this samurai ghost have powers like that? Even though he wasn't in the house? And then
Oh yeah, the time I messaged you, Edgar, when I said like there's a fucking samurai suit in this,
yeah,
is when like one of the guys with the he's like carrying the suit in his hand. And he's like, "Hey, maybe I should go out and burn this or something like that."
Oh, yeah.
So I said like, "No, you shouldn't." Like, wait, where the fuck did this come from?
yeah. That's what I was saying. Like the samurai suit came way before they found it. But like it was stupid too, because like they're like, burn it, you gotta burn it so that spirit could die. And the dad's like, no, I can't burn it, we gotta show it to the police. I gotta take it. And he's like, my truck isn't working, let me take my horse. And then we go outside.
And then that's when the rampage starts.
Yeah, and that's when the girl, the mom finds out the samurai suit's missing from the house, and she's like, what? And then she goes into the room and she sees the girl, her son's girlfriend, fully dressed in the samurai suit with makeup and everything.
Yeah, with kabuki makeup on.
Yeah, and the mom in the most straight voice she could ever have, I knew it. I knew it was you. I knew it was you all along. I knew I had a bad feeling about you. And then that was the only coherent thing you could ever hear. From her, because after that, that's when they raised the fucking music up to max. So you never even hear what the samurai's trying to say. Like
That's
it's like I knew it was you. I knew it was you. And then the samurai suit's like turning blue, and the mom, to show that the mom also has powers to defeat the samurai, she shakes her hands like jazz hands right on the bottom of her to channel red second layer effects on her hands. And
Poorly done second layer effects on her hands, by the way. It's just red ovals.
And then she's fighting
that's all they had the budget for. Hey, let's put some red ovals over her hands so it's like she's got powers.
Whoa.
And then like her not husband, her boyfriend
comes in,
and he's like, what the hell? And the samurai just like boom swords him from across the room, and he's dead. And that affects her negatively, so her powers are like relinquished. And then she gets stabbed.
She was trying to use her powers. Before she was ever to use her powers, a samurai stabs her there. And then that's when the sister comes in.
Yeah, and when she dies, she turns into partial dust. Like, they did makeup on her, which is not explained.
I was like, what the hell's going on with her? And then you see the daughter, no, you see the son come in, and he's all like, what? This guy, he loves to use his eyes, because he opens his eyes like if he's like snorted like a whole bag of cocaine. He's like, boom.
And he's slightly cross-eyed for the effect. So it's like he's just like it's like he's about to go, whoa.
The part that made me like fucking burst out of laughter is the part where like that's what's happening, and the son's like, what's going on? And then it's like the sister didn't know when her cue was, so she just walks in like slowly and casually, like if there's nothing going on, and then that's when she starts to react. And I'm like, yeah, okay,
and she's got the same oval powers that mom has.
Yeah,
turns out.
Because I guess,
but also so does the son.
Because there's another part where the mom's like, honey, it's so hard to hear from them, but it's like with the music behind them, she's like, honey, you're the only one who can stop them because of our ancestor stuff. You can do that. You're the only hope.
We come from a long line of oval people.
And like, you're our only hope. And I'm like,
we invented Ovaltine.
And I'm like, wait, what clan? What are you part of? What ancient story is this? What does the samurai armor have to do with this stuff?
Why are these white people somehow connected to samurais? How did that work?
And then to make I guess the daughter had the powers, but when she was she used them to make their power even stronger, I guess. she holds her brother's hand, so they both shake furiously, and then it cuts to a scene where the daughter's sweating very like to the max, like she's like,
Profusely.
and they both look like they're ready to take a shit right in front of the camera, and it's like, and then the music's going, da, 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 boom, 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 boom. And then
and then that's it.
yeah, and the samurai dies. He's like, I can't believe you killed me. How can you do this? And he dies, and the brother and sister walk out and the sister still
They just leave.
yeah, and the sister
They
still
just leave.
Yep, and the sister doesn't wear any pants. She wears these weird leggings. I don't know why.
Yeah. And that's it. That's the end.
Yeah.
It's over.
It's
And
like
roll credits.
boom, bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, mom's dead, boyfriend's dead,
Yeah.
son's girlfriend's dead, the everybody's dead. The horse is okay.
Yeah.
There's some dead deer.
Oh yeah.
You know, the whole town dies, and they're just like, okay, roll credits.
The end.
Okay, that's it. Everything was explained. Nothing was explained. Okay.
You,
Oh, Fortuna.
you wanted to know how they had the powers? No, too bad. You want to know why there was a
Nah.
samurai suit? Why
No.
she didn't want to marry? Why the girlfriend came over? Did you want to know
What happened to the husband?
The only-
nothing.
nothing.
You get none of it.
None of it. The only explanation you'll get is it's on Christmas.
Yeah.
That's it.
Happy crisis. Merry Chrysler.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Free Shavakadu.
I'm just gonna speak for all of us. This is probably gonna be probably either 0 or 1 out of 5 for all three of us for this movie.
Yeah, no stars.
Yeah, I'm down to just not giving this any stars.
This is,
No stars. None.
do we
I
all
give
agree?
this.
Do we all
I
agree
give
this
this
is the?
no stars.
Do we all agree this is this is the? So this is so far the Grand Slam's worst film we've seen.
Yes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it absolutely is. I'm mad you suggested it.
exactly.
I'm actively upset at you personally,
Damn.
Edgar. I'm disappointed. This has negatively affected our friendship. I have trust issues. This movie made me find, lose, and find my religion. That's how bad it was. I was just like, oh my god, oh there is no God. I need God. That's how fast it happened, and that was in the deer scene. That was just the first quarter of the movie, Edgar. It's so bad. I recommend everybody watch it so that they can understand how bad it is.
Yeah.
But just skip around. Don't watch all of it.
Just watch the ending.
Yeah.
Just watch
pretty
the,
much.
that's the only thing that I got from enjoyment from that shit. It's
Edgar,
yeah.
Edgar, I speak from the bottom of me and Will's heart, specifically to you.
Yeah.
Fuck you for having us watch this movie.
Well, I wanted to look for a movie that we've all never seen, and I'm like, I didn't know what it was about, so we all went in blind either.
Yeah, we went in blind and we came out dumb. It killed brain cells. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is gonna be one of those things that binds us together. Like after Sharknado came out and everyone was like, "I survived Sharknado." At least Sharknado was campy and funny on purpose. It was bad on purpose. I think they tried to make a movie. I think they were like, yeah, samurai and oval people, and it was like deer and fat dude in a robe, and they were like, yeah, this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
And everyone was just like, no.
God.
This isn't even a movie. This is a series of scenes that were forced together that didn't want to be. This is bad.
Really bad.
It's so bad. So 0 stars for me. 0 stars for Edgar.
In order for like the rating thing, I'll give it only half a star, not even a full star. Just because I personally laughed at the ending of how ridiculous it was, especially Because I was already bored with the entire film. It wasn't until like the ending it got chuckles out of me. So I'm giving it half a star at the end.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was just really horrible.
Bad.
Robin?
Robin?
It was bad.
Okay.
So bad. Oh my god. Like, you see, Will, now you understand why I was really hesitant on saying no, I don't want to continue it.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah. 100% understandable.
You know,
Oh my god.
I'd rather watch like a B movie from the 50s where it's like, ooh, the aliens are coming out of the ship now. Because at least then it's campy.
Mm-hmm.
I'd
This
rather
was
watch.
just bad.
I'd rather
Very
watch.
80s sound effects with just like terrible like synth sounds like
Yeah.
it's
would-
like, oh god.
I would rather watch the stuff than this movie. Because at least I got more enjoyment from the stuff than I did from this.
Oh fuck yeah. The stuff was so much better. Compared to this movie, the stuff is like Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather much watch the stuff than this movie again.
At least the stuff had funny scenes in it.
Oh yeah.
It had a funny scene, and at least like you can understand what the main story was about.
And you could hear the people.
Yes.
But yeah, but anyways, guys, these two movies, It's a Wonderful Life and Bloodbeat, both of them are on Amazon Prime. If you want to check them out, go ahead. We ain't gonna stop you. But you know, you could check them out and see for yourself what you guys thought about it. But of course,
Yeah.
we ain't gonna end it there. We ain't gonna end it right now. We got one more segment, and it's our good segment, the untitled segment idea. So without further ado, da-ba-da-dee-ba-da-da-ba-da-doo. So, the untitled segment idea. Mr. Will, what have you
Yo.
recently watched, seen, etc., etc., etc.?
Okay, I've been playing Red Dead Online. It was maybe it's still on sale. I don't know, but
Yeah, it should be.
for $5 on Steam, I think it's a good investment for $5. If you don't buy Red Dead 2 and you to get the storyline stuff single player, the storyline on sale. It's still a full 60 game. It's on sale pretty often for $40. But for $5, I got the online, and I get to play with friends. We get to go, doing all kinds of fun stuff. And it's a grinding game. Like, it's kind of like GTA. You have to grind to get a lot of stuff. You could buy the shark cards. You could buy the gold. Fucking don't. There's ways around, like, you get gold and stuff, like, as a currency in the game, like, over time.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's a fun game. I'm really enjoying it. I really like hunting. Like, you go out, and it's a big map. You go out, there's all kinds of things to hunt. There's swamp all the way up to mountain. So you can hunt, alligators, bighorn ram. Every once in a while there's wolves and cougars, and they suck. They're terrible. There's rattlesnakes. It's a fun game. There's ambushes. It's the Wild West. It's a fun. I'm really enjoying it.
Ooh, very nice, very nice. That's pretty neat,
And
Mr.
as to what I've watched recently, I watched this movie. It was called Bloodbeat, and it was terrible. And I don't recommend it. But I think everybody should watch it because it's really bad.
Oh, interesting. Ooh. I gotta check that movie out soon. Mr. Robin.
I wouldn't, but
Yeah.
I recently watched this. Well, I'm rewatching the show Black Mirror, which is essentially the Twilight Zone meets mostly talking about like technology type stuff. And going back and watching some of these episodes, it makes me like I look at them like I'm just thinking like this would be so stupid if we had this type of technology, or I would not enjoy living in this world, or like, oh no, that makes sense. I like that. But these are pretty cool little stories that talk about technology, but in a very Twilight Zone type way. It's on Netflix if you have it, and I'd really recommend watching it if you haven't already. They even have an interactive movie that they made that's on Netflix too. So it works through PlayStation. It works through the computer. I'd recommend even the Choose Your Own Adventure movie and the TV show. So yeah.
I remember seeing those a while ago. They were really fun.
Yeah.
All
right. Edgar?
Me, well, I've recently saw 2 movies, and I saw a TV show. The TV show that I saw was the 2nd season of The Mandalorian. I finally got to watch The Mandalorian season 2, and I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. Without getting into spoilers, the season finale of season 2, it was still pretty good. I didn't like the CG, a certain CG thing that goes in the movie. They
said that they recently fixed that, but I don't know. I understand. I get why people don't like that, but at the same time, I'm like, who cares? Look who it is.
I saw
that's my, and it's only for a short time too, so that's why I'm like it.
Because when I saw that certain scene, I don't want to spoil it, but when it happens, I was like, oh my god! I'm like, it's cool. I'm like, oh my god, just get someone else to play it. But I still enjoyed the 2nd season of Mandalorian. I prefer the first one, but I still had a good time with this. The 2 movies. Oh, go on, Robin.
Well, I was gonna say, from what I've figured of how they were doing with it, it's like the first season was kind of setting up the story and making it like, oh, this is what we're doing. This is the groundwork for the story. And then the sequel was kind of like, okay, we're going to continue a bit with the story, but we're also going to have fun with it.
Yeah.
So.
And it seemed like they had fun with it because it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. And the 2 movies that I saw, I first saw Wonder Woman 1984. It wasn't good. It wasn't Batman v Superman bad or Suicide Squad bad. No, it wasn't like god awful like those. But it was still pretty bad. I didn't really enjoy it. I was like, golly, I overall I was getting bored with it, and I just wanted it to just like end already. And I was just watching. I'm like, I've never personally seen the first one, but I know a lot of people who've seen the first one. I've heard them say like they've been really disappointed with the second one. So I'm like, let me see how the second one goes, and let me go check it out. And I was like, man, this movie's really, it was just it was really bad. The story was, I hated the story. The plots that they went through was really stupid, and at
from
least,
what it was very lazy.
It felt
like
really
lazy story.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. But after that, I saw the movie Soul, the new Pixar movie that came out. Soul. And it was cute. It's weird me saying cute, but... excuse me.
It gives you a big perspective on just how... I guess just how life is, like how wonderful life is, and
it has a huge...
It's almost like It's a Wonderful Life.
Where's the McRib? Mary!
Mary,
I'm CG. Where's the McRib?
Mary! Where's the McRib?
Mary, I'm CG. Oh,
Where's McRib.
God
But,
damn
but
it.
yeah, but Soul, it was a really good movie. I liked Soul way better than I did Onward, because at least the more I thought of Soul, the more I liked it. Unlike with Onward, the more I thought of Onward, the less I was liking it. With Soul, I felt more connected with it personally, especially since what the themes and the premise of itself was going with it. The fears that I had with it, I was really glad that they subverted them, because the routes that I was seeing, there was parts where I'm like, oh no, come on, please don't go that route. It's like they turn it around. I'm like, okay, I'm like better. I'm like, I like that. It's like, I would say it's one of the better Pixar movies that's been coming out in the recent years, unlike the other ones. But
I will. I really liked Soul. I think it's a really great. It's a great Pixar movie.
Mhm.
But it didn't make me cry like Onward did.
Yeah,
Onward actually made me cry,
Mhm.
but for some reason, Soul didn't.
yeah,
It didn't really hit.
yeah. It didn't.
Like,
I didn't tear up when I saw Soul. I teared up when I saw Onward, but like after I finished after watching Onward, I was just thinking like, it was Onward was fine for me. I was like, I wouldn't rewatch it. But with Souls, like even if I didn't tear up, there were points where I felt like I wanted to. Like it was like stuff there, like it hit me. There were certain scenes in the movie of Soul that hit me in a personal level that I was like, shit, man. I was like, shit. And every time I think of Soul, it's just like that's what I just get. I just get those thoughts like in a good way. And so,
yeah,
and I guess that's kind of my reasoning with Soul itself. It's one of my it's not like a full on like Pixar masterpiece, but it's a really damn good Pixar movie for the in the recent years, I would say.
also the animation for people that they did is so damn good in this.
Oh yeah,
Just the animation is fantastic in it.
the attention to detail, especially when it comes to like music, like they put attention where like you could actually play. It started with like when I saw it in Coco, where like you could learn how to play the guitar, or the music that they have in there just by looking at the animated film. Same thing you could do
Yeah.
with Soul itself, with the pianos, the drums, and the horn and everything in the movie. Oh, excuse me. And like especially when they add 2D into the film, where it's a blend of 3D and 2D, it was more.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I was
yeah.
just like, whoa. I
was-
don't like it.
Mhm.
It's hard to describe.
It was-
It's hard to describe what it looked like.
Yeah, it felt like a fresh of breath air when it comes to Pixar specifically, when it's their animation. I was more it was more visually pleasing seeing that. But that was my overall touch of a show. I liked it way more than Wonder Woman. But
Nice.
but yeah, that's the end of the show, guys. We at the end of the road, and as you guys know, this is the last episode before we take our break. But we'll be coming back. We're gonna come back better and stronger next year when we come back in the middle of January, towards the end of January. We'll be back with other episodes. But of course, we most likely, hopefully, I'll have some gaming episodes uploaded on the channel while we take our break. Hopefully, when that goes on. But I do just wanna. I feel like I can say this for all of us, from Will, Robin, and me, that we would like to thank you all for. It's been a bumpy year, a lot of ups and downs with the pandemic and everything going on in this world, but we just want to thank you for just giving us a good time, being there to support us, being watching, seeing us on the show, watching us, giving your thoughts and everything. We also want to give thanks, to our Discord, to the community that we've built and it's growing. We love you all. We thank you for this whole year that you brighten our days up, and we personally, we really hope that we brighten your day up too, because you've
Dun 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 dun. Thank you for being a friend.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Thank you for being our
Travel
friend.
down the road and back again. That's all we can afford.
Yeah.
But seriously, thanks everybody,
Yeah.
in the Discord, in the community. I'm sure Edgar's gonna put a link to the Discord, gonna
Mhm.
put a link to our Twitch page.
Yeah.
If you follow us on YouTube and you haven't followed us on Twitch, go ahead and follow us on Twitch. Because once we get to 50 subscribers on Twitch, once we get affiliate, I'm gonna buy Minecraft, and I'm gonna play Minecraft on hard mode. Ever played Minecraft before? Don't know what it involves other than like you dig stuff. I don't know. Apparently there's something with bats and there's spiders or something, and you can build a house. That's all I got. That's the only reference I have. And so like and apparently hardcore mode is really bad or something. I don't know. But we're gonna do that, and you know, we're gonna have and check out our coming up game videos. We've got Phasmophobia.
Oh yeah.
We've got some other stuff in the works too.
We got that long lost Vietnam.
Oh yeah.
One.
Oh yeah.
One.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that Vietnam video, man. We're coming out with that.
Oh yeah.
And if you join the Discord, we have movie nights. I'm not going to say we have them monthly, but we have them pretty often.
Oh yeah.
And it's a good time. We get some popcorn, sit down, enjoy good and bad movies. Not as bad as Blood Beat.
Oh, yeah.
None of them are as bad as Blood Beat.
None.
But
we interact with you guys because we want our community to be a nice, healthy, fun community for you guys, and I feel like
we want our community to be a knife. That's what it sounded like you said. It sounded like you said a knife.
A nice, clean community.
Clean body, clean mind. Take your pick.
Yeah. Any other last words you want to say, Robin?
No, I'm good. Fuck that one movie we watched.
Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck that movie.
Fuck buy Skyrim double triple platinum edition.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for watching. We will see you all soon. We love you all. And
bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Queen. Queen.